Hi, I am a Democrat.
It's nice to meet you. What does that mean? Democrat?
It means I believe in, I am not sure. But, I am not a Republican. Did you know our freedoms as Americans are totally safe?
No. I had no idea. I wake up every day and realize we are moving toward fascism. But, what you are saying is hopeful. Please tell me more.
Well, it's the Democrats mostly. They are protecting our freedoms.
Wow. That sounds like a hopeful situation that I was not aware of. What are they doing to protect our freedoms?
They want to make health insurance available to the average person.
I thought they passed a bill that was largely based on ideas by the healthcare industry that had put money in their pockets to get them elected just a few years earlier.
No. They are liberals.
What have they done that makes you say they are liberal?
They are making health insurance available to the average person.
I still don't understand. What about the health insurance bill is like liberalism?
They want to force you to buy health insurance, which is constitutional. It makes us all free.
I thought the reason they put in that provision was to allow them to put people in jail if they did not pay. A type of modern-day debtor's prison. By requiring everyone to have coverage, they were actually protecting the healthcare industry from losing any profits by forcing people to buy things they did not need at prices that were too high, and they get more campaign contributions in the next election.
No. They are progressives.
Wait. I thought you said they are liberals?
They are both. I mean, those are the same basic thing, as everyone knows.
Sorry. But, that's simply not true. Words have actual meanings. I'm starting to wonder if you know what you are talking about. But, I would still very much like to know what Democrats are doing to protect our freedoms.
They love small business. They want to redistribute wealth to the people who elected them.
Wait. Redistribution of wealth refers to something that all governments, no matter how conservative or liberal, do. It has no particularized meaning. Governments always redistribute wealth to the groups who got them elected.
The freedom-loving Democrats prevented billions of bailout funds from going to the banks.
You do realize that it was Barack Obama's administration that continued without any change the policies initiated under George W. Bush's administration. Right? Are you saying he protected our freedoms too?
Barack Obama was not a true liberal. Democrats want to stop all oil drilling for a couple of days until the bad press stops. So, they are not responsible for the high price of gas. It is American to not let us drill oil until the bad press goes away.
Were you not paying attention when millions of gallons of oil spilled into the Gulf of Mexico? Are you seriously suggesting that large oil companies do not have the best interests of the major political parties in mind, and that quote-unquote regulating them, or questioning their safety procedures without any real consequences after such a catastrophic disaster is literally patriotic?
Democrats want to make you buy an expensive electric car and commodify environmentalism because they believe in a thing they can scientifically prove called global warming. Obviously, the average temperatures across the planet increased by only a few degrees over the incredibly small period during which we have data. Al Gore says it is true. So, global warming is clearly the truth.
You do realize that scientific phenomenon like a global change in environment is something that would take immense amounts of objective data and objective scientists to predict the possible outcomes. Right? Remember when scientists said the atom could not be split? I wish they had been right about that one. And you do realize that Al Gore is just trying to sell his book or get elected to something important? Right?
They want to take your money and give it to the poor and average hard-working middle-class people. Did you know that Democrats give free houses and food to poor people? When would you like your affordable place to live or a sustainable source of quality food to be delivered?
You are starting to lose me. I'm starting to suspect you are an opportunistic cretin who is parroting a set of talking points you sheepishly accept without a more critical analysis.
Oh. No. They have gotten to you with their so-called critical thinking. Next you are going to tell me that Obama is continuing to wiretap the phones of all Americans, or that, as a senator, he voted to let telecoms off the hook for wiretapping in the past.
I'm sorry. I thought perhaps you were going to inform me of some hopeful protection of our liberties, but I see now you're painfully doped up backstabbing fascist apologist fuckturd.
I am not a fascist apologist. I just don't believe Americans who have done nothing wrong need privacy, or need free health care, or need free food, or should use property destruction as a tactic. or have freedom of speech, except in the correct time, manner, and place. But, I am not a fascist apologist. Progressives and radicals have a right to do whatever terrorist things they do as long as I don't have to know about it, see it, or have my children aware of it.
Just saying you are not a fascist apologist is not excuse for your fascist ideology.
Obama is God. Bill Clinton is a demigod who loves America. If we don't vote the Democrats into office, we all be living as slaves to evil conservative elite intellectuals who hate us, and Roe v. Wade, Roe v. Wade, Roe v. Wade, Roe v. Wade.
I'm sorry you are so very out of touch with reality. It makes me afraid that people like you think that their vote will actually make any difference in choosing any, if even one, of our new senators, representatives, and governors on November 2nd. One where land and water are not protected from oil companies and the like, after the bad press goes away. One where Roe v. Wade, Roe v. Wade, Roe v. Wade. I'm going now to personally call everyone I know to make sure that their actual realization about Obama does not motivate them to vote next week. Because if people like you continue in power, I fear very much for the kind of country you want to have. One where gay people still can't get married. One where Muslims are still randomly screened at airports by your TSA goons. One where telecoms have, somehow, become seen as the legitimate violators of privacy. One where we continue to have a border. One where going to Harvard or Yale is the only way to gain political power. One where what MSNBC tell you is more important than actual facts. One where reasonable disagreements over effective tactics is reason to say that someone is hateful, deranged, un-American, or all three. One where Bill Clinton gets exactly what he wanted in the first place, convincing everyone that free trade was really free. One where America becomes increasingly like an evil empire, while we put our capitalist heads in the sand, blame all our problems on anarchists, and stop using effective tactics to take back our liberties, because we are too busy whining about some other group besides ourselves that is getting press. Sorry. I must go now. So I can defeat people like you when people finally rise up. Don't vote on November 2nd.